Decision making is the process of making a choice. It is about selecting a course of action from several options based on set of criteria or factors. It involves analyzing information, weighing the pros and cons of different options, ultimately making a choice. This is believed to be the most favorable or appropriate under the given circumstances. But why it is an important competency essential in a public servant. More on this ahead. First, let's have a look at the concept of Mission Karmayogi. Mission Karmayogi is a national program for civil services capacity building aimed to reform Indian bureaucracy. The goal, which our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in mind, was started with the intention of building a highly effective civil service that will do more to further the growth of the nation. Under the direction of the Honorable Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Department of Personnel and Training, the institutional framework for the mission was structured. There are 20 million bureaucrats in India, touching the lives of millions of people. They are the part of the policy making as well as their execution. They are the backbone of our country. A lot of expectations of the nation are attached with the performance of these officials, who come from different background, environment, capabilities, and discharge diversified duties assigned to them. Mission Karmayogi, on the other hand, has been designed to change the HR management system for government employees from rule-based to role-based, while creating the necessary expertise. Additionally, as a result of this, government officials now have access to competency-based human resource and governance. Competencies have been defined in many ways. However, the most practical and an easy way to understand is that competencies are those underlying characteristics of an employee which can result in effective and superior performance in a job or a role. Mission Karmayogi's new competency-based governance model gives central training institute like ours the chance to create competency-based training for the civil servants. There are 30 competencies that have been divided into 5 categories. They are Ethos, ethics, equity, efficiency, and productivity. Each competency has a definition and its proficiency level. Additionally, there are behavioral indicators for each proficiency level that are objective, measurable, and necessary for a variety of jobs in the ministries and departments. The main goals of the CBTs are to strengthen each officer's functional competence and to awaken their inner power and abilities. Under the third competency, equity, today we will talk about decision making. Decision making is crucial in governance as it plays a fundamental role in shaping the policies, programs, and initiatives that impact individuals, communities, and society as a whole. The quality of decisions made by government officials and policy makers directly affect the well-being of citizens and effectiveness of public institutions. Effective decision making in governance requires a careful analysis of the available information, consideration of the potential impact of different options, and a commitment to transparency, accountability, and public participation. It is essential to ensure that decisions are made in the best interest of the public, taking into account the diverse perspective and needs of all stakeholders. Moreover, decision-making in governance also requires an awareness of ethical and legal consideration, as well as an understanding of the broader social, economical, and environmental implications of different choices. Good governance demands that decisions are made with a long-term view, considering the sustainability of policies and initiatives over time. Poor decision making, on the other hand, can have significant negative consequences in governance, both in the short and long term. When public servants make poor decisions, it can have a range of negative impact. One such impact is inefficiency, where decisions result in delays, waste of resources, or ineffective allocation of funds. This inefficiency can create a sense of frustration. Another negative impact is corruption, where poor decision making creates opportunities for bribery, embezzlement, or other forms of dishonesty. This can lead to a loss of public trust and damage to the credibility of government institutes. Poor decision making can also result in perpetuating social and economic inequalities. where certain groups may be favored or disadvantaged by policies that are not based on sound reasoning or analysis. This can lead to a state of injustice among those who feel excluded or unfairly treated. An example of poor decision making by civil servants could be a situation where a government agency approves a development project without conducting adequate environmental assessments. This could result in negative impact on the surrounding ecosystem, such as habitat destruction, loss of biodiversity, or pollution. Additionally, public servants might make a poor decision by ignoring the concerns or objection of local community and other stakeholders who could be affected by the project. The lack of proper due diligence and engagement with stakeholders can result in lack of trust and support from the affected communities, leading to social and economic conflicts. Such poor decision making can have long-term consequences for the environment, the economy, and public trust in the government. To improve their decision-making abilities, public servants should adopt several strategies. One such strategy is to gather and analyze relevant information by seeking out diverse perspectives, consulting experts, and using data-driven approaches to assess the potential impact of different options. For example, when considering a policy on renewable energy, public servants can gather information on different renewable energy technologies, analyze their potential impact on the environment and economy, and consult experts to evaluate their viability. Public servants should also develop critical thinking skills to evaluate information objectively, weigh the pros and cons of different options, and anticipate potential outcomes and risk. This can be done by engaging in critical reflection, analyzing data, and considering alternative perspectives. For instance, when evaluating a new policy proposal, public servants can critically analyze the proposal assumptions, evaluate the available evidence, and assess the potential consequences of different options. Another strategy to improve decision making is to involve stakeholders in the decision making process. This includes engaging with communities, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders to ensure that the decisions reflect the needs and priorities of all stakeholders. For example, public servants can hold public consultations or conduct surveys to gather feedback from the community on a particular issue. Public servants should also foster collaboration and teamwork to develop and implement effective policies and initiatives. This involves working closely with colleagues, experts, and stakeholders to generate new ideas, analyze alternatives, and develop solutions. For instance, public servants can collaborate with experts in different fields such as economics or environmental science to develop policies that are informed by the best available evidence. Finally, public servants should continuously learn and improve their decision-making abilities by seeking out new information, learning from success and failures, and adapting to changing circumstances. This requires a willingness to experiment, take calculated risk, and learn from feedback. For instance, public servants can evaluate the outcomes of previous policies or initiatives, learn from what worked and what did not, and use this knowledge to inform the future decision making. In decision making, there are no right answers. There are only plausible answers. Your job is to pick the best plausible answer. The content is curated with the help of the paper submitted by Brigadier Manoj Kumar under the guidance of IIPA faculty, Dr. Sakit Bihari. Brigadier Kumar was a participant of the 47th Advanced Professional Program in Public Administration at IIPA. Thank you for watching.